I completely reject the premise of that answer. Mr. Speaker, yesterday, the Minister of Revenue claimed that the cuts in her department would affect only internal operations, except that, as we see in Le Devoir today, 221 auditor positions have been cut since they have come to power. The Conservatives also cut $68 million from the budget of the return audit section of the CRA. Mr. Speaker, why don't the Conservatives make fighting tax evasion a priority? The Honourable Minister of Revenue.
Mr. Speaker, and I reject the premise of that question.
Here, so do I. It's outrageous.
There are nearly 400 more tax auditors today in CRA than there were in 2006, Mr. Speaker, and our Economic Action Plan 2013 commits to cracking down on those who avoid paying their taxes to ensure tax fairness for all Canadians. We have increased the size of our International Audit Division by over 40% since forming government, and we've identified nearly $4.6 billion in unpaid taxes. And, Mr. Speaker, every time we bring forward a tax loophole to close, the NDP and the Liberals oppose it.
Member for Victoria.
Speaker, we reject the premise of that answer. The Minister needs to check with her department before repeating herself. Her own report on plans and priorities, you know, the one with her portrait on the front, it says $120 million and over 250 staff are going to be cut from the reporting compliance section. You know, the one whose job is to detect non-compliance through, and I quote, risk assessment, audit, and investigation. So how can she not agree that she's cutting back on investigation? How can she say these are only internal matters?
The Honourable Minister of National Revenue.
Mr. Speaker, that's because they are internal matters. We have added more than 400 tax auditors than we had in 2006. We've introduced over 75 measures to improve the integrity of the tax system. And, Mr. Speaker, if the NDP really are serious about fighting tax evasion, then they'll vote for the 2013 Economic Action Plan.